Hello everyone, peace of the Lord with everybody. Right now I want to show you a very huge mistake in the Quran regarding how long the angels need as time to go to the God. One verse in the Quran saying is going to take them 50,000 years from our time, which is a one day to God, and the other verse saying is going to take them 1,000 years, which is one day to God. Now, which one we should believe in? The one as this one, Surah 70 verse number 4, the one it says, the angels and the spirit. And be careful guys in here. Angels and the spirit, whatever the spirit mean, is going to take them in a day in the measure. Day for who? For him. They will go into him in a day. That day is in the time of who? Of God. The measure of this day is 50,000 years of our time. Now if somebody is confused about this translation, I can go and see different translation. I have no problem. Let us see. So this is Shakir, and this is Yusuf Ali, and this is Big Tal. All of them almost they are saying the same. So one day for God, angels will go in a day, and this is a day for God, not for us, because for us it's 50,000 years. It's very clear. So it's a day for who? It's a day for God. 50,000 years for us. Now the other verse is saying something totally different. Let us see. Surah 32 verse number 5. He rules all affairs from heavens to the earth. In the end will all affairs go up to him on a day. The space whereof will be as 1,000 years of your walking. Now guys, for me it sounds like this is talking about judgment day. Both of them. Why? Because you will see in here he's saying at the end, in the end. Right? This is the Muslim translation, not mine. In the end will all affairs go up to him. And by the way, again, for me, I don't approve any Islamic translation. But from this translation, when they are adding in the end will all affairs go up to him, it's mean the judgment day. For me, in Arabic, it doesn't sound like judgment day. Why? Because simply it's saying that God, he do deal the business of the earth and the sky by his angels, then they will go to him in a day, and that day is 1,000 years. So it doesn't sound really it's about judgment day, but you know what, as long Muslims saying it's about judgment day, I will take it. Cool? Now if we go to the explanation of the verse, just to make Muslims happy, so Muslims will not say that this guy is explaining the Quran up to him, I will not do that. This is Ibn Kathir. Ibn Kathir is not mentioning anything about judgment day. He is saying that angels who do the business of God, they will go up to the heaven, you know, and they are telling you the distance between the God he created 7 skies and 7 earth. This is in Ibn Kathir. You can go and read, and you will see how stupid the idea about 7 earth. And each earth, the distance between them is 500 years. You can read with me please. Okay. ومسافة ما بينها وبين الأرض مسيرة 500 سنة وسمك السماء 500 سنة. And by the way, those Muslims who made this explanation, they are so stupid, because if the God he made the earth 7 earth and the sky 7 sky, and each one of them needs 500 years to travel, it's mean 1400 years, not 1000 years. But you know, Muslims, and Muslims cannot be smart. I don't expect them to be smart. Anyway, so this is what he's saying, and in here he is not mentioning anything about judgment day. He's saying the angels is going to take them, you know, 1,000 years from our time, and he will go there in a very fast way, extreme fast, But in our time, and this is the most important, it's 1,000 years. Now, I'm not worried about how fast is the angels, what kind of speed. Somebody will say to me the speed of light. Somebody will say in the speed of potatoes, the speed of tomatoes. I don't care. For me, what I'm looking after is what the Quran insists to say, that is going to take 1,000 years from our time. Now, the other verse saying 50,000 years. And as long both of them, according to Muslims, saying that this is about Judgment Day, not all scholars saying that, Al-Qurtubi is saying that, Ibn Kathir is not saying if it's Judgment Day or not, but I'm just trying to take, I don't want to make a new video again, because some Muslims might say to me, this is about Judgment Day. So listen, before you say it, if it's about Judgment Day or not, angels is going to take them 1,000 years in one verse to go up to the sky, and the other verse saying 50,000 years. Now, is time is going to be different between now and Judgment Day? Is the speed of angels, is it changing, like angels slowing down, like in the when the surah is saying 50,000 years of your time, like maybe angels is out of gas? What's going on? Why in one verse it says it's going to take 1,000 years, and the other verse saying 50,000 years? And I showed you, if you want to say this is about Judgment Day, the first one in the explanation saying that this is about Judgment Day. Why? Why? Because you just said, here we go, in the end, in your translation, not my translation, all affairs go up to him. So, how you want to explain to me why Muslims put the end in here? You explain to me. So for me, anyway, if it's about in the Judgment Day or it's now, there's no different, because the distance between God and us supposedly is not going to be any different. There's no different, because timing, as long timing, the one is different, the one is changing. It's not the day of God, it is the years of us, which mean 1,000 years in the first verse, 50,000 years in the second verse. Now, is the years is going to be different between now and later? No. Why? Because the only way for years to be different as timing, longer or shorter, if the earth go away from the sun. If the distance of the earth move somewhere away from the sun. If this has happened, this will be a disaster. We will be dead. There is no day anymore there. You know what I mean? It's over, because the earth, if it's getting close to the sun, we will be burned. If we go far from the sun, we will be lost, and we will be cold. We will be freezing, because our sources of heat is the sun. So day is not changing, and all scientists approve that day's time is not changing. So how the first surah is saying 1,000 years for you to go up, and the other one is saying 50,000 years. And guys, there's a huge difference between 50,000 years and 1,000 years. So this is one of the contradiction of the Quran. And I told you before, even if the Muslims want to say that the verse of 1,000 years is not about Judgment Day, so even if the Muslim says that this is the 1,000 year verse, Surah 32, verse number 5, it's not about Judgment Day, they will put themselves in more trouble. Why? Because the Quran was revealed to Muhammad not in a one day, which means how the angels was able to go up and down when they need 2,000 years to go around the trip. And to prove my point, listen to this. In Surah 8, verse 65, there is something, it's called abrogation in the Quran, all over the Quran. So Allah used to change his mind. He's dizzy, he's drunk, he's mentally sick. In this surah he told them, 100 of you will fight 1,000. Those guys, they went to war, they came back, they get their ass kicked. So Allah right away, in the same day, he changed the verse and he said, you know what, for the present Allah has enlightened your task. And you know what? 1,000 of you will fight 2,000. 100 of you will fight 200. Man, you just told them few hours ago that 100 will win against 1,000. And you know what? This is a promise that Allah is not God, because if God promised me to win against a big army, even if I am alone, I will, because He's God. Is that correct? So Allah, He do not know the future. I will make a video about this one. So how the abrogation came down to Muhammad that fast in the same day, if the angels is going to take them 1,000 years to go up and 1,000 years to come back. So if the Muslims take it as the last day of the judgment day, they will be in trouble, because the last one is talking about the judgment too, and it's saying 50,000 years. If they are talking about this is not about judgment day, they will be in trouble about how Muhammad was able to get, angels coming up and down in the same day sometime. Thank you all. Jesus is Lord. Islam is a lie. It's a joke.